Nah, cause he came to with the disrespectful crew, or like the cyber system that go off and like just artistically just break into any machine specifically outside. And as an addiction, so by the time young white boy will come through, or like from a different space, and they actually deal business with that dude, he already has an electronic tool, going to like somewhat hack that machine over here, and going to like skim all the credit cards around the space, and then eventually he goes off silently, and he sells these over the network privately. Yeah, he already dumped the data of the individual, or like the business and the money that he stole to go off and launder it around the special. The only time he get caught around the special is when they have the entire group over here. The white system over here, so the white hacker system over here that go off and be a security layout that go off and like yeah, no, it's like, who installing this virus here? Is it bad for my customer base? They work for Visa or MasterCard. And the special says that that's a group of people that catches them for auto program. Not even go off on like a sniff and do careful detective work on, especially with a program, a machine, that they already developed that goes off and like take the sample and then point to the trace over to forensic and give him the address of the person. So immediately, while the fence says that it's electrified, do not touch it. That's why he didn't go off and become rich. So he wanted to touch the fence, got shocked, and then we dumped the money quickly. It's out of a space. He made it disappear quickly. He would like, take the money, and then he's going to prison for the time being. And then by the time he's done over here, his bosses over here will continue that sequence and that series over here, infinitely going after I can reach themselves as quickly as possible, and then throwing away a whole bunch of dead skeleton inside a prison system that go off and rot in Thailand. Yeah, it's fugitive, all that stuff. That's his suicidal method for like money on the special. Yeah, and then mature. By the time I'm down here, I'm telling the black community not to bring that inside the refrigerator because you're gonna suffer the hardest. The struggling parents that's already struggling to go off and feed their kids. That doesn't have like $50 inside their bank account or even $50 on them. All they get is just $10, and they go inside the butcher shop, and they buy chicken back. They don't even buy chicken breast. They buy chicken back. They buy the butt of the chicken because it's the cheapest meat they could find inside the butcher shop over there. And then they go off and they buy cheap price, and then eventually they go off and like they feed the kid in the hood over here. They send that white boy over here to go off and like somewhat corrupt other black children, and they have these black children and these white boys go off and rob that family over there, and then somewhat put more kids into the streets, into more things special. While the black community is doing very well to go off and rebuild itself, and I go off and have a strong kids, young kids in the 20s there with PhDs into more things that are black, into more things especially. That's a win for like the entire special into more offense. That means somewhere we had peace on the special to then go off and make sure that whatever kids that we had, whatever community that we had, could go off and like someone gave a feedback economically and it works especially on that. And then all of a sudden that poison over there that cannot make that got so frustrated that his space is too high level. They catch him on the special. Assume that the dumbest people are black people. So then he come back with his team to then go off and try to rob some of the black folks that outdid him by running a slow pace instead of a fast pace for the race. And then by the time he hit the fast pace and he crashes Lamborghini into a Thai prison, all that stuff he wants to go back inside the poor system to go off and like live there and try to take the opportunity to go off and like steal on the special. So he was bringing his weird ass multicultural girlfriends inside that special, and both of the crooks are always in there. And eventually they complain that the black older brother over here, that anyway they were doing early on, apparently he's like snitching or all sorts of stuff from that top. They want the game to be as easy as it can be on the special. So they don't even want to risk their lives over here to go off and rob you in the streets with a gun anymore. So they just want the feds to go off and like strip you down. And then the feds to go off and do the job for them, break into your house, put a camera in there, and then go off and like put a receipt in front of you that tell you that if you don't show up to court, if you don't show up to court, you go to prison. So you better go off and like pay $5,000 right now, and then the feds will go off and like forward it inside the direct deposit account and then send it to them on the special. That's what they want into more things special. That's how easy they want it to be, right? So somewhere that's what the feds did for them into more things, and then crash the entire free market. Beyond if you can imagine, there's no more free market, nothing like that. It's pretty much military versus military. You're either with this military group or you're with this one over here. By the time they're done with it, there's no insurance policy for you, nothing like that. So even when you take a break to go off and live your life peacefully, if your kids and all that stuff like that, they still chase after you, desperate for money because of the fact that the new people that they bring in still want money on the special side. So all of a sudden you're retired, they want you to go back to work, especially just so you go off and make these people money on the special. Instead of them going to train new people on the special. I'll tell you, these folks over here and like the ethics, yuck.